In this period, we have witnessed some disappointing performances that left fans perplexed. In this video, we will highlight the athletes who failed to reach their potential, delivering performances below expectations. Get ready to find out who these players are and what led to their underwhelming performances in this thrilling season. Goalkeeper Donnarumma stands out as one of the worst players of the season. Despite PSG winning the French championship title, his performance fell short in crucial moments. Donnarumma accumulated mistakes and contributed to a season considered disappointing by the Parisian team. Goalkeeper De Gea from Manchester United has been a major disappointment this season. His terrible mistakes have put him in the spotlight as one of the worst players on the team. Despite having brilliant moments in the past, his time at Manchester United is coming to an end as he has not evolved as expected. His ability to play with his feet is weak, and he exhibits strange behaviors in crucial moments. Despite making incredible saves, his glaring errors are evident, leading to worrisome inconsistency. De Gea does not demonstrate himself as a reliable goalkeeper throughout the season. Right-back João Cancelo had a terrible start to the season at Manchester City after getting involved in conflicts with coach Guardiola. This situation continued when he transferred to Bayern Munich. Although he is a talented player, Cancelo made questionable decisions and got involved in unnecessary controversies. In the specific case of Manchester City, the team's response was evident as he chose to conflict with Guardiola regarding his starting position, even though, considering the group's context, he had opportunities to play regularly. Unfortunately, he ended up losing his position and transferring to Bayern Munich, where he also faced problems, despite winning the Bundesliga title. In defense, one player who stands out negatively is Danilo, currently playing more as a centre-back at Juventus than as a full-back. His season has been unsatisfactory, especially in a tumultuous context for Juventus, which faced a peculiar season with sanctions, point deductions, and recoveries. Danilo has shown himself to be an inconsistent centre-back in a disorganized team under Allegri's command this season. Another disappointing defender was Eric Garcia at Barcelona. His signing by the Catalan club generated expectations of promising development, given his good start at Manchester City. Despite Guardiola's efforts to renew his contract, Garcia chose to return to Barcelona. Unfortunately, he couldn't maintain consistency and deliver strong performances, losing his place in the team and displaying technical flaws. His time at Barcelona fell short of expectations, leaving much to be desired in terms of performance. Fofana was another player who got lost in the confusion at Chelsea. His significant transfer fee of €75 million didn't turn out to be successful. However, I believe he can bounce back depending on the context he's placed in. If Coach Pochettino manages to assemble the team properly, Fofana has the potential to shine as he is a defender with a lot to offer. Unfortunately, that didn't happen in the current season. In midfield, the disappointment of Calvin Phillips stands out, as he had an underwhelming stint at Manchester City following his transfer from Leeds for €45 million. So far, he has struggled to adapt to City's style of play. However, there is still hope that Phillips can recover and turn things around. With time and proper adjustments, he can showcase his potential and make a meaningful contribution to the team. In midfield, another disappointment was Jesse Lingard. Several personal issues affected his performance, and so far, he has only managed to have a significant impact at West Ham. Lingard has struggled to maintain consistent performances at other teams he has been with. However, his time at West Ham showcased a temporary resurgence. It is clear that Lingard needs to overcome his personal problems and find the necessary stability to regain his potential and achieve solid high-level performances. Mason Mount, despite being considered a player with great potential and being touted as a future star, has faced difficulties in his recent performances. He has lost his place in the team and has not been playing well. Speculation surrounding a potential transfer to Liverpool and talks with Arsenal indicate a possible departure from Chelsea. Considering his youth, there is still room for Mount to recover and showcase his true talent at a new club. However, at the moment, his future at Chelsea seems uncertain. João Felix has faced a disappointing season, both at Atletico Madrid and Chelsea. Although he showed glimpses of talent in the Chelsea shirt, his performance was not consistent. His time at Atletico was also not as impactful as expected. Considering the €100 million investment made in his signing, it is questionable whether João Felix lived up to expectations. There seems to have been a collective exaggeration around his abilities, and he may not be as exceptional as initially imagined. Sadio Mane had a controversial season, despite winning the title with Bayern Munich and expressing his desire to stay at the club. However, he garnered more attention for off-field events than for his performances on the field. Mane was pinpointed as one of the factors behind coach Julian Nagelsmann's departure from Bayern Munich and was involved in a serious altercation with Sane, resulting in aggression. While he had some standout moments during the season, overall, his performances fell short of expectations. Philippe Coutinho is another name that disappointed this season, with a performance well below expectations. The player scored only one goal and was relegated to a secondary role at Aston Villa. While the club had a decent season, Coutinho failed to stand out and became practically forgotten. His contribution was very limited, and his lack of impact on the field was evident throughout the year. Ferran Torres is another player who had a disappointing performance. Despite showing promising potential at Manchester City, his time at Barcelona was not successful. He couldn't perform at his best level and seemed below expectations. Considering that Barcelona paid €45 million for his signing, the return on investment fell short. Torres is still young and may have a bright future, but at the moment, he is an unknown quantity, having shown more with the Manchester City jersey than with Barcelona's. As a centre-forward, Richarlison was a major disappointment this season. Despite being signed by Tottenham, he scored only one goal in the Premier League and 3 goals throughout the entire season. Considering the fierce competition in his position, his contribution was extremely limited. More was expected from Richarlison, especially considering his previous performances. Unfortunately, he couldn't meet expectations and fell short in terms of goals and impact on the game. What do you think of this list? Comment if someone is missing. Until next time.